Top five, top five, top five.
Hey guys, welcome back to Cinema Topical. Nate here again with Strange Wang. Today we got another top 5 video for you. This weekend is the Academy Awards.
That's a fact.
So we're going to do our top 5 favorite Best Picture winners. Take it away.
All right, so we have a rule called the Zemeckis rule. If we have a movie 2 spots higher on the other person's list, they will say Zemeckis, and we'll save it for them because they love the movie more than the other person. So, like Star Wars, he would always Zemeckis it, but it would have to be on my list, which it would never be on my list.
Facts.
My number 5 is going to be The Godfather, Part 1.
Zemeckis.
Zemeckis, okay. Number 4, get a little ahead of myself.
Mm-hmm.
Number 4 is going to be No Country for Old Men.
It's my number 4.
Let's talk about it.
You have a great setting in the modern Western with a fantastic villain in Anton Chigurh.
Mm-hmm.
You have the most suspenseful, I would say the most suspenseful Oscar movie ever. Best Picture winner ever. Silence of the Lambs won, but this, to me, tops it.
Yeah, I agree.
This cat and mouse game that is being played throughout the film is perfectly executed, beautifully filmed.
Yeah.
And it always keeps you on your toes. I watched this movie, I thought it was a fucking ballerina.
It was weird. Because you were spinning so much?
No, I was on my toes.
Oh.
That's why I said I was on my toes.
I get it. Yeah, I agree. An extraordinarily suspenseful movie and extremely well shot. Like, it's just so tense.
Yeah.
Like, it is tense from, like, 15 minutes in until the very end of the movie. And the characters are just, like, phenomenal characters.
I'm not a huge Coen Brothers fan, but everything I dislike about all of their movies, like things that they do in their comedies mainly, that I dislike about their comedies and stuff, was left out of this movie, and it was
Perfection.
Totally.
in the thriller genre. I would say it's like pretty close to perfect.
Yeah, great thriller. They need more Western thrillers.
That's a fact.
So my number 5 is going to be Forrest Gump.
Forrest Gump, not on my list.
Not on your list. Yeah. I mean, great movie. We talked about it in our top 5 Zemeckis list.
That hasn't came out yet.
That hasn't came out yet.
Stupid.
I would consider that movie to be an epic. It's not an epic in the way that a lot of movies are epics, but in how much time and space that the movie takes us through.
Definitely a modern epic.
All the eras that it takes us through. The way that they seamlessly put him in all this like actual raw footage from those different decades. But yeah, just
for it to be 94 too.
Right, exactly.
Seamlessly.
Mm-hmm. Yep, and the fact that they just were able to like take this guy who is obviously has a very low IQ, but make him like so influential to all these major important things that happened throughout those decades. I mean, he was on The Late Show with John Lennon.
Yeah.
You know, so good. So good. Love that movie. And then my number 4 was No Country.
All right. So my number 3 is American Beauty.
Okay.
One of my favorite themes in film is looking around and appreciating what's around you, smelling the roses, that kind of stuff. And we see this with a 40-year-old guy played by the one and only Kevin Spacey.
He is the one and only.
You know. So the reason why this is on my list is because Dazed and Confused and Ferris Bueller's Day Off did not win Best Picture. So this is what we got in the Best Picture category for one of my favorite themes ever. And it's a great movie. You see it in an older man's life where it's usually like teenagers. So I thought that was really cool because like you can appreciate your family and stuff. Like those are the core things you should appreciate, you know?
Yeah.
So I enjoy this movie tremendously because he gets to be like a dick, a lovable dick.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Didn't know where you were going with.
Well, he also loves dick.
I gotcha.
American Beauty is my number 3. My number 2 is Casablanca. This movie's unforgettable. Like, especially for me, I love shysters, and it puts you in this little shyster little town where everyone's thieving out for themselves. So I love that. And on top of the town, you have Rick, played by Humphrey Bogart. Nobody fucks with Rick because he won't let anyone fuck with him. And I love that. One of the greatest characters in film history. You have some of the greatest dialogue ever in film history written for this man. And it just puts you on this roller coaster of a ride. It has a little bit of action in it, suspense. It's a love story, mainly. And it has like this like World War II setting in the back. Okay. Some of the best characters ever written for film is in this movie.
Yeah, he's great.
Like, this film has stood the test of time, and people go back to it.
Yeah.
I can't say enough good things about this movie. But number 2, Casablanca.
All right, so my number 3 was going to be the Zemeckis from earlier, which is The Godfather, Part 1. Yeah, phenomenal movie. Michael Corleone's story arc is maybe one of the best character arcs that I've seen in any movie ever.
It was definitely the best one to win Best Picture, I think.
Yeah, for sure. So, like, how his character goes from, like, a war vet, war hero, this person who he knows his family's business. Yeah. It's not a secret, but I mean the fact that he goes from they don't want a part of it. They're proud that they have a son who's legit the whole way, but the events that unfold and like watching him just get sucked into his family's gangster lifestyle is sad, but like also just the way that they show his transformation is just amazing. Like it is such a slow, like sucking in. There's nothing sudden about it. Yeah. But it's all just about him trying to protect his father and his family.
And at the same time, try to keep his head above water, but it doesn't work.
Right, it doesn't work. The slow decline of Michael Corleone is an interesting and painful one to watch, but it is definitely like a captivating one.
If we wasn't doing our top 5 favorite Best Picture winners, it would be my number 1.
Clearly, no debating.
My number 2, which is The West Side Story. Man, that movie is hella good. I just saw it for the first time this past week. I have a really bad tendency to automatically stereotype movies from like earlier decades, because I think it's just because people from that decade always complain about how like not wholesome like our decade is. But like the characters in this movie, they're literally just little street rats, and like they're smart asses, and they're
someone named Aladdin in
they're sarcastic. No, but he would fit right in.
He has a street rat.
And like the movie has overtly sexual tones in it sometimes, which like aren't necessarily what makes it good, but like their lifestyle is good. So like the fact that it came from 1961 just blows my mind, and it's such a good movie. I love musicals anyways. Yeah. So this music, the young men in the street gangs are just like such tough guys. I mean, like they have like a meeting with the other gang to decide whether or not their fight is going to just be a fist fight, a blade fight, or a gun fight. Like they meet up to decide what the weapons that they're going to use are going to be.
You sold me already.
But the dance numbers are so like well choreographed and like a mix of like traditional Broadway and ballet. So you have these like hard ass shit talking little street rats who just like break out into song and dance. It's just like the mix is so contrasting but so well done. I love that movie. It's a modern day retelling of Romeo and Juliet. So like knowing that going into it kind of tells you where the story is going, but there's a good little spin on it at the end. Extremely well directed. The colors in it are great, and so a really really good movie.
You said it had a good little spin at the end.
Yeah, because it's a dance number.
Whack.
My number 1 is Rocky. This movie is easily top 5 favorite movies for me. The character is my favorite movie character of all time. You have, if Mr. Rogers was a boxer, this would be him. He's nice. He doesn't like saying whore. And like you see him at his like highest in the film. You see him at his lowest at the film. All the self-doubt and lack of confidence. Think he's not going to be good enough. Like everyone can appreciate this movie based on his feelings alone, because everyone goes through him. It's relatable in that sense, and you just look up to the guy because he beats it. Like I gotta do this, I gotta do this, I gotta do this, and like the cast and everything is perfectly cast. All the characters are believable. You see him like act his heart out because the movie like relates to real life. And through that in a boxing ring is perfect because I love boxing movies. That like the third act, you can always look forward to a third act in a boxing movie. And this to me does it better than any of them. It's the first one that had the home team or whatever you want to like to call it lose. So there you go.
The home team lose. Is that how you worded that?
Yeah, so whatever you want to call it.
Yeah, fair enough.
The protagonist.
Yeah.
Like innovative, relatable, great score, great acting. Nothing wrong with this movie at all.
Well, I mean, that's debatable.
Not really.
My number 1 is Birdman, or The Unexpected Virtue of Ignorance, which is something that anyone who likes Rocky has a lot of.
Fuck you, man.
You've never seen the movie, so
Yeah, I freaking love this movie. Michael Keaton is awesome.
Yeah, he's great.
I don't know how to pronounce the director's name, but he makes movies that I like. Inarritu, I think is what it is.
Alfonso Cuarón.
Yeah,
Like
that's
that.
definitely not it.
I think that's the director.
So the diversity of characters in this movie is really, really cool to me. So like, you got his daughter, Emma Stone, former junkie, trying to go straight, but like still kind of a little shithead. He's a washed up actor who used to play a superhero, which is funny because I would not by any means say Michael Keaton is a washed up actor because he's still pumping out some pretty solid stuff.
He was a washed up actor.
Yeah, he did have a good comeback, but like but he was Batman, and you know, so like he can relate to that character very, very well. The way that it's done, as if it's all one take, even though I'm sure that it isn't actually all one take, is just absolutely amazing. Like the fact that you did that with a whole movie, I feel like was just a really ballsy move. So the fact that you did it and you did it well is really impressive. Like movies take a lot of hard work to do anyways, but to do your movie that way and still have great characters, great plot, great context, great content, and have it be like a visually stunning movie at the same time is just like really, really impressive. So like, I mean, highlights are the sceneries at like the Chinese newsstand with all the colored lights going down. The fact that they had Michael Keaton run around Times Square in his underwear because there was just no other way that you're going to film that is absolutely awesome. Like, and kudos to him for doing it. Yeah, that's just a really good movie. Yeah. And it's also like, I mean, it's got like the artsy elements, but it still has like, the movie has weight. You know, it's not just like a random little like slice of life artsy movie where they just expect you to get it to get it. Yeah. Like, it has a point in that, like, don't let your ego get the best of you or you'll end up in a hospital and flying out the window while your daughter stares at you. And the entire audience wonders if you're actually dead or if it's just a metaphor for you letting go of your past.
So that was our top 5 best picture winners. I'm Strange Wang. He's Nate. Tell us down below what's your favorite best picture winner. If you have a few, put those down as well. And like, comment, and subscribe to the channel.